What's happening, everybody? We're back with another episode of Too Much Fantasy Football. It's Brian, it's Brennan, and it's betting weekend. Let's go. Week 6, here we go. Time to make a little money. It seems it's kind of the trend over the last few weeks, man. We've been doing pretty well.
Yeah, I'm surviving.
We're surviving. Yeah, I don't want to talk about survivor picks. That's not what I'm trying to talk about. Screw those survivor picks. It's one pick out of the rest of them. I'll give you the props. He'll give you the survivors. That's kind of how it's working right now. But yeah, folks, we're gonna knock through a handful of props that we do like here. Go through a bunch of player ones. Give you a handful of games that we do like. Parlay those if you really want to, and then of course the survivor pick there at the very end. Technically, I'm not in it, but it's fine. That's fine. I'm still gonna play because I make the rules here. Sometimes
it's true.
Half of them at least.
I'm my own boss.
All right, let's prop them up. Let's pull in these props. We got to make a little coin here. Yeah, talking about, what was it, blank check yesterday? I had to go for it. I had to go for it. So I went a little wild again this week, folks. I may or may not have doubled Brennan's props. So I'm going to start off right here at the very beginning. Maybe double up some of these, but starting off, Tyquan Thornton. I mean, if we want to both jump in on this one, we kind of talked about this in the start-sit show. Over 20.5 yards. I would even be willing to take over 20.5 of his longest catch because, I mean, Detroit, man, they're going to be able to throw over the top for sure.
Yeah, this is weird because it's like, I feel it'd be a little bit higher because it's just like Xavier Worthy's there, so is Juju and all of their guys, but like Xavier's banged up and like, I honestly, when I saw that line at being at 20.5, I'm like, did you alter it? But like, that's really the line that's kind of crazy because that's just like one catch for him, and that's what he averages basically. So,
yeah, he hasn't been below 41 yards, but one game. The Baltimore game, one catch, 11 yards. He scored a touchdown on it. So, if you really want to just take his fantasy points on the over, I think that's pretty slam dunk too.
Yeah, that's honestly insane. I'm looking at it right here in my thing. I'm like, yep, there it is. It's that exact thing. I want to go to longest passing. It's passing completion, longest reception here. Where is it at? I have it in my book.
I would almost be surprised if it wasn't longer than his overall receiving yards.
It's not in my book. You know, Juju Smith-Schuster's longest reception is 14.5.
Yeah, I hate those. Like the 12 to 14s. They're so like. I get scared. I get scared off of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me your first one. Who you got?
So my first one is J.K. Dobbins over 69.5 rushing yards. He finally hit 100 last week against Cincy. I think he is the lead back. It's what makes me like this more is that if you go look at RJ Harvey, his under yards is more favored than his over. I think again, he's the better runner of the two, and it's just as it sits right now. And we were saying in fantasy purposes, we like JK more of the value than RJ Harvey, and it's just coming true. Now, I think you and I both can imagine at some point there's a tick where it finally goes 50-50, but I don't see that happening in week 6. It hasn't happened yet. JK Dobbins looks healthy, and I think it does help having guys like RJ Harvey and the random third guy they have on the team that's been kind of a nuisance and taking snaps.
Bidet.
Thank you. I gotta remember that one.
I don't want to remember that. Yeah. He shouldn't be involved. He should be just backup, punt return. That's all that needs to be.
Yeah. So I definitely think he's gonna get any of the touches. I think you and I both expect the Broncos to have a command of this game, run this clock out. Justin Fields, this is normal. Bet the props over in the second half kind of a thing. But yeah, no, I like J.K. Dobbins with the over 69.5.
Nice. Just throwing it out there as well. I actually have his over in receiving yards as well. It's him and RJ Harvey. It's not as pretty as we thought it was going to be, but there is production there. I took his over on Harvey last week and it worked out. So let's go Dobbins this week. My next one is going to be Parker Washington. Yeah, starting off number 2. We're already getting obscure. We're going with over 14.5 yards. Over the last 4 weeks, he has only not hit this 1 week. It was against San Francisco, 2 targets, 0 catches. It hurt you, but 16, 34, 76 yards. We've seen him get involved. Seattle, they're going to have to move the ball around. Seattle's got a pretty good secondary as well. So if this opens up, we need 1, maybe 2 catches to make this happen.
That is honestly insane. It's at 14.5. I would have figured it'd be like about 20 because he's the second in reception,
second and a half target.
Yeah, like I don't know how to put it. Like it's just really weird how this offense works, and yeah, it just seems like a freebie. It just seems too good to be true when you see that.
Also, if I piggyback in it here as well, Hunter Long, I took his over last week, and he was at 2.5 yards. He got 3 yards last week. But with Brenton Strange hitting IR, man, I'm willing to go back to the well. Whether you want to take his over or Johnny Munt, it's nasty, it's dirty, folks. But props can be won.
Yeah, they can.
What's your next one for us?
Well, I have the standalone receiver in Pittsburgh, DK Metcalf over 54.5 receiving yards. Unfortunately, his
Calvin
running
Austin's
mate,
out. Yeah,
yeah,
outright.
Alvin Austin's out. So it's Roman Wilson. And I couldn't even tell you who the wide receiver 4, who is now 3 on this team with. Yeah.
You know the name, but you don't like to see it. Ben Skoranek, he is the next man up as far as
Isn't
the
he
wide
on the
receiver.
Giants?
He must have gotten released.
Yeah, he's on the Giants. I think he's doing kickoffs in the Giants. 'Cause I
That's,
saw him last night.
no,
Or am I being racist towards another white guy with long hair on the
yeah,
Giants?
they've got him here on the
Okay.
Steelers. And it's funny, it's his photos of the Texans. So like he's clearly bounced around several times.
That's funny. But yeah, no, I like DK. I think this is again, folks, if you want to get technical with it, I was just telling Brian, the last time Cleveland has won a game in Pittsburgh was 2003, and that was when Tim Couch was the quarterback. So it's a long time. iPhone wasn't out yet. GPS wasn't a thing. Yeah. I think maybe the flip phone was around. Probably, yeah.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, high school I had a flip phone. So yeah,
Okay.
definitely. And that was
Okay, you're
after
old.
that. Whoa. I've got like a year on you, 2 years on you.
3.
Is it 3?
Yeah.
We don't math
Old
around
fart.
here. Awesome. Let's do the Browns next. I've got 2 here. I'm going to double dip. Dylan Gabriel. Yeah, I know. Him. I'm going to take his over at 187 yards. If you can do anything against the Steelers, you can throw on them. They've let this up. They let up more yards to, not to anybody, but like more yards than average to their opponent. So give me that. And I'm gonna loop that together with Fannin. Give me over 25.5 yards for Fannin. Dylan Gabriel had an eye for the tight ends this past week, and Fannon's the rookie. Fannin is the future as far as the tight end goes, so he's going to continue to get involved.
Do you expect him to throw at least a touchdown in this game? One touchdown.
I think so. I would take his over at 0.5.
Because you take his over, it's minus 170, so you can add that in there as well. So if you're already banking on the over in yards, you're banking on Fannin to do that. I mean, I would just tease it with it. Yeah, that's like if you're just expecting the over on yards, like how often do we go over on yards with no passing touchdowns? I just think those don't really correlate. So I would tinker that with it for more juice.
Especially with it being a really hard run defense. Just on the, decently hard run defense on the other side. Judkins could pound him in, but outside of that, I see it coming for Gabriel. Give me your next one. Who you got?
I have a man who is replacing my favorite player in the league that is on the IR. It's on Haskins, over 36.5 yards rushing. So, Brian, you want to know who senior year that Hassan Haskins played for in college?
Was it Chip Kelly?
It was Harbaugh. That's where he had his most touchdowns that year. So when they came out and said that they expect Haskins to be the leading guy, I believe them. I think Harbaugh has a lot of faith in him. So I know everyone's like, "Oh, come on, Iguodala." I expect Haskins to be the guy, and I know the offensive line is on practice squad guides, but 36 yards, I think he can touch that.
I think that's what gets me more excited is the fact that it's only 36 yards. I don't know if there's going to be the guy in this offense. I think we might get it close to a 50-50, maybe 60-40 as far as overall usage here. But at 36.5 yards, they're playing the Dolphins. I might take Herbert's over at 36 yards on rushing against the Dolphins. I am actually going to take it at 14.5 on the rushing yards. Let me just segue into there. Give me Herbert there. Offensive line's beat up. His running backs are suspect. So I imagine we're going to get a little bit of scrambling from him.
Yeah, I can see that, him just not trying to die and roll out and all he needs is one rush to get the 10 yards or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, he's hit the line in 4 of 5 games. 32, 31, 24, 60 yards. Just the lone game against Denver. 2 rushes for 6 yards.
Yeah.
Next one, who you got?
I have a a fun, hateful one, I guess you can say, just because
This is
like
spiteful. This is what this is.
this is spiteful. But like when you like see like midweek reports of like they're trying to work in a practice squad guy to like get reps in for Antonio Gibson being out. Let me remind you the name. It was, let me try to pull up my notes here. It was like something Jennings. I was like, this isn't real. Like, this isn't a real report. Nope, it was. They're legitimately trying to get a practice squad player reps to fill in for Gibson. So, like, I genuinely think Travion Henderson is like in the biggest doghouse possible. It makes no sense. Terrell Jennings is his name, by the way. They're trying to work him in. So, yeah, I have Henderson's under 36.5 rush yards.
That's cool. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. It's it's been disappointing you left and right. So I think it's about time. Let's make some money off of our misery here. Next one I have is Josh Jacobs, over 15.5 receiving yards. I think, Jordan Love seems to be juiced up across everywhere this week. Everybody's really excited for him. End of the day, though, it's the Bengals. You can beat them just about anywhere, and these wide receivers are still suspects. So give me 14.5 yards for Josh Jacobs. He can pull that in. He's got pretty decent hands. He's hit that depth. I mean, he's crushed that over the last 2 weeks, 44 and 71 yards.
Yeah, I think that's I don't want to say like a smash pick, but I just feel like he's on the field at like an 80% clip most of the time. Yeah, he's easy dump off. He just needs one little juke and he's gone. So my last pick, because you've got a million of them here. My last pick is also Tucker Kraft over 3.5 receptions. When I saw this, my line I had it at was at minus 135. It's now at minus 155, but I got it a little earlier. Again, I think he is the best receiver, not named Josh Jacobs. I don't even know how to put that. I think he's the best receiver on the team, honestly. Like,
yeah.
Like, I don't trust Romeo Dobbs. Like, I don't trust Matthew Golden because they're not really using him like a receiver. They're using him as like a scat receiver.
Yeah.
It's just weird. I think you're just waiting for Christian Watson to come back, and he's not coming back, Ryan.
Not this week, but coach says he looks good.
Yes.
Matthew Golden, I was really tempted to do some sort of play with him, just especially them coming off the bye. We do see a lot of uptick for the rookie, at least in that first game coming out of the bye. But I chickened out and actually jumped on the other side. This one's more speculative, just because that line hasn't jumped up. But there's rumors, Jamar Chase dealing with an illness, potential that he couldn't play. I imagine he's going to be out there, but if he isn't, I'm going to hedge that a little bit. I'm going to take the over 41.5 yards for our T. Higgins. Because if Jamar Chase is gone, T. Higgins will hit this line.
Yeah, I think he's going to play. It's an illness. Unless it's like an pneumonia or something awful, I think he plays. Give him an IV bag, he's good to go.
Hey, Devo had pneumonia last year, and
I know. That's why I mentioned pneumonia. If it's a pneumonia, I completely understand. If it's not, you'll be all right. Everyone's got to have a flu game. Patrick Mahomes is the worst one I've ever seen.
Oh, goodness. All right, let's...
You remember that?
Yeah, that was bad. Let's go to Vegas. We're talking about making money. We're talking about placing bets. So let's go to Vegas for this one. Damn if I wasn't high on this guy last year. Damn if I wasn't way too high on this guy last year. But Tajay Spears, back from injury. He's been spending some time on IR. First game back last week, working him into a little bit. And thank goodness, because his line's itty bitty. It's small. 16.5 rushing yards. I'll take that. Pollard has been impressive as an award you're going to put in the sentence. So I think it's not a hard clip for him to hit. 3 to 4 carries is all he'd probably need to hit it. So give me 16.5 on Spears.
This one scares me out of all of them. When I saw you put down, I was like, oh, this one's the Halloween theme here pick. I say that just because like Tony Pollard's struggling to get rush yards. So like I know Tajay Spears he's coming back off an injury. So like this one out of all your picks I saw was like, ooh, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not a big Tajay Spears fan either. When you got arthritis in your knee and you're a rookie,
hey, put NFL talent can arthritis his way to 17 yards. That's all I need, man. That's all I'm asking for.
Very true.
I like contemplated pulling this one out, just trying to trim down my numbers. I've got a problem. I've got an issue. I think I'm trying to want this into the universe, but give me Bashaw Tootin. Give me Bashaw Tootin. It's only 17.5 yards. His rush share over the last few weeks, it's 4 attempts, 6 attempts, 8 attempts. It's not great. It's really not been great, especially the fact that it's been going down over the last few weeks. But he will be more and more involved. This game, I think they're going to need him. It should be a pretty good one between them and the Seahawks. So, not the Seahawks. Yeah, against the Seahawks. So,
It is Seahawks, yeah.
give me Tootin, 17.5.
No, this one's I do that Seattle defense. I'm just trying to think in my head. I'm like, damn, they have a really good defense right now. So I definitely think this is going to be a slugfest. And he's Tootin's one of those guys where, like, out of, like, we've talked about it, like him and Spears, I can see Tootin knocking off a run for 17.5 yards or 18 yards on one rush. I can't say that for Spears, but like Tootin's one of those guys where it's like all he needs is one attempt, and I can see it.
And that's kind of what that's kind of what we're going with here. Him and then Ken Walker on the other side. Both of them. I don't mind longest rush attempt for them. It's pretty interesting for me. Again, we're going through, leaning back to the Jamar Chase T. Higgins prop. I've got another one here. It's kind of just the same thing. We don't even know if he's actually going to play at this point, so I don't mind playing it because if he goes out there, you're going to hit it, and if he doesn't, then you're going to get, refunded. But give me Alvin Kamara under 41.5 yards in this game. Dealing with a bit of an injury, going against the Patriots defense, it's pretty stout. Kendre Miller's already taking touches from him, so maybe we look out and he just gets hurt. Not that we're rooting for injury, but you get what I'm saying here, folks. That's what we're leaning.
Did he practice today?
Alvin Kamara.
Yeah. I am not nothing on my phone popped up saying anything about him missing a game, so I'm assuming he's playing.
To play is the latest update as of a couple of hours ago.
Oh, man, that hurts.
Limited practice.
That's a good bet because it's just Patriots defense, Vrabel, everything else into that sort. And for whatever reason, Kendre Miller just needed Dennis Allen to go away to be relevant. So
I think it's one of those SVU episodes, Dennis Allen's slipping stuff into Kendre Miller's Gatorade, just weaken his joints or his ligaments or something. Oh, crazy. Yeah, Kendre Miller, last 2 weeks, 10 carries, 11 carries, 4.1 a clip, 5.9 a clip. I like it.
Yeah.
And then I did the Herbert over rushing. That's the last one. It's the last one, folks. I made it through there. Shoo!
Yeah.
We got there. Let's talk some game picks now. Head on over. Do we have a cool sound effect? Not really. Same one. Give me those game picks for me. What's your first one?
Last week, you and I were both this team's depleted. It makes no sense, but it's the NFL, so they're going to win. This team's depleted. It makes no sense. They're not going to win. It's the Rams minus 7.5. The Ravens are just in a bad spot. And I think I sent you the text saying I could see the Ravens having a top 10 pick, which might benefit them for the long term because Lamar's still a little bit younger and everything else like that. But yeah, it's Cooper Rush is playing Rams of a stout front seven. I expect this to be pretty bad for the Ravens again.
And Rams are coming off extra time, too. They had the Thursday night game last week, coming off that brutal loss in overtime.
Yeah.
McVay's not going to let that happen again. I could see them really putting their foot on the pedal to make kind of a statement for everyone watching and also themselves.
Because, you and I were both struggling, well, how are they going to win this game? Are they just going to pound the rock because the Ravens can't stop it? Or are they just going to feed the ball to Puka Nacua, who's been just having 10 catches a game? It's one way or another, and that's why I think this is going to pan well for them.
Yeah, or Tutu Atwell breaks loose down there for another 80 yards, all just the stupid.
One or the other. They just, this team just complements each other well.
Crazy good. Look, don't threaten me with a good time. You're telling me the Browns haven't won in Pittsburgh since, I was in elementary school? Yeah, okay. Give it to me. Give me the Browns plus 5.5. You really want to get cute, take the money line. I'm not going to go that far, but 5.5, I bet we can keep it kind of close. To the division leading.
It's a division game. That's where I'll allow it. But yeah, this is the Browns. Again, the Browns have a great defense. So it's just if you can get to the old man Rodgers himself and make him suffer, sure, I could see this. But Dylan Gabriel on the other side is just
he managed the game pretty well last week.
Yeah, except on third downs.
Well, they just got to make sure they give it to Quinch on those first two, and they won't have to worry about hitting third downs.
Yeah.
Number 2, what's the next pick?
The next pick for me is the Patriots minus 3.5 against the Saints. They're in New Orleans. The Saints just had their, Spencer Rattler got his first win of the season. The Patriots also just had a killer game against the Bills. Kind of exposed a little bit what was going wrong with the Bills, I feel on the defensive side. I think the Patriots are just a complete team. I think Drake Mays, there's no sophomore slump with him. It's more, I don't even know, sophomore rise. I can't really put words to it. And Stephon Diggs, the connection's finally clicking. It's impressive.
Yeah.
I think I had this line in my head at like 4.5. I saw it at 3.5. I was like, I just went with the over. I think the Patriots can easily win by a touchdown in this game.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'm kind of curious actually what Diggs lines look like for this game.
Yeah.
My next one, going to Monday night. I can't believe I beat Brennen to this one. We talked about it there in the start sit, and we're going to get the fail Mary. They're going to fix it. We're going to get it right this week. Noah Brown, be damned. I know he's back for this one, but Caleb Williams, let's take care of business, man. Coming off the bye, Roman Dunze is going to start or continue his sophomore, right? Nope, we still didn't get it.
Yeah, we still didn't get it.
Luther Burden, Colston Loveland are going to come out here and have an effect in this game. So give me the Bears. Give me that money line.
Yeah, I gotta slow my fandom down because there's another team in that same division that I have. My next pick, I just think is I'm gonna say I think they're the best team in the NFL. I think it's the Lions. I think.
Whoa, no.
Who do you have better than them?
Well, Indianapolis, of course.
Okay. Yeah. No, man, I think the Lions are the best team in the NFL. I just top to bottom, their wide receiver 3 would probably be a wide receiver 2 on most teams. Like the team's humming. I have the Lions money line, man. The Chiefs just don't look good. They need Rashee Rice back in the worst way possible.
I don't know. I like watching Patty run. It's kind of fun.
It is fun for fantasy, yeah, because like this is like what we always see in the playoffs, which is why he's so effective. He doesn't have to do that till the playoffs, but he's having to do it in the regular season, and now it's a problem.
Folks, we usually just do 3 games, 3 picks here, but this one just annoyed the hell out of me so much. I want to take Kansas City minus 2.5. Kansas City's in Arrowhead. They're going to take care of business. They're going to find their 3rd win of the season.
Taylor Swift is there.
She is. Come on. Like, you got to knock on wood. We're ready for this.
Oh my god!
No,
the fact that I know that reference is bad.
Come on. No, my last one's it's Dolphins plus 4.5. I think they're going to stay in this game. I really think they could steal this game from the Chargers. They're in Miami. If I'm parlaying my 3 picks, I'm probably going to do Dolphins money line, just like to give me a little boost on it. But Dolphins plus 4.5, they'll keep it within a field goal for sure.
Yeah, I definitely think the Dolphins. I like the spread a lot. Money line's a little cute for me because, like, at the end of the day, it's like, do I trust Herbert or do I trust Tua? Like, that's where I'm at with that.
Chargers, man, they choke. Yeah. They've got history on their side.
They do, but like I feel like Harbaugh is like kind of fixed that. They just dealing with so many injuries. Like,
how'd the playoffs go last year?
They had Lad McConkey, who is the wide receiver 3, as their wide receiver 1. So
I think it was Trevor Lawrence that beat him. That's embarrassing.
No, it was against the Houston Texans.
Oh, that's right. That was the year before.
Yeah, the year before that. Yeah, that was a Brennen
AFC South. If the Colts knock out the Chargers this year in the playoffs, I won't be able to contain myself. Oh my god. Oh man, it's gonna be great. Gonna be great. Survivor picks. Let's get to those. So really, it's just gonna be you because frustrating. Yeah, it's frustrating. It's frustrating, folks. I went with the Colts last week. Got it.
Woo!
Woo! I'm going with the Rams though this week. Brennan's he put it up there for us. That minus 7.5 looks enticing as far as just taking that. So I mean, what? Give me just the straight up Survivor pick. Let's go Rams.
That's a good pick. My pick is actually a team that knocked Brian out of it. It is the Packers.
Kind of. I didn't lose. Kind of. They didn't lose.
Not lose, but did you win?
They didn't win. I forgot that's the actual rule of the game.
Yeah,
they have
crazy.
To win. Because that's what I argued. I was like, well, they didn't lose, and that's the rules, right? They're like, no, dumbasses, says they got to win. I'm like, all right.
No, again, folks, I've stayed away from like the bigger spread games for a little bit, but now it's like we're in week 6. Like, I need to stay alive. I haven't picked the Packers yet. Now I'm bleeding thin on all the really, really good teams. I still have the Eagles left, which I don't know if it's a good team anymore.
You're just lucky they played last night before we recorded.
Seriously. I am in this like conundrum of like, all right, this is like one of the very last few teams I can pick that is good. So I'm picking the Packers. It's a minus 14.5 spread. Joe Flacco, I know, beat them, but the Bengals O line is bad, and that's the one thing with the Packers D line is I expect Micah Parsons to have a couple sacks. So,
real quick here, we haven't really debriefed the game last night where Jackson Dart.
I don't really want to.
Yeah, I figured that as
it was a bad day for Philly in general. So, like, let me just give you a rundown, folks. So, if you care for hockey, the Philadelphia Flyers lost. If you care for baseball, the Philadelphia Phillies lost in the most brutal way possible. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The hitter hits it back to the pitcher, and he throws it way over the catcher's head, and that's how they lose, and the Dodgers advance.
And Dodgers. If the Sixers would have played last night, they would have lost.
They would have lost too, and he would have probably tore his ACL. Yeah, exactly. And then the Eagles, Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterboot just had their way with them in every way possible.
When you drop your head and you just use it as a battering ram, you kind of can.
I think CTE is afraid of Cam Scatterboot. I legitimately, it doesn't make sense. Like I was just scrolling through like social media feeds, and it's like, oh, I have old videos of Cam Scatterboot warming up at Arizona State, and it's just him headbutting the wall, brick wall. I'm just like,
everybody's like, yeah, you guys think this is AI? This isn't AI.
I'm just like, what the? And then his teammates are looking at him like, fuck is wrong with this guy? And it's just like, no, honestly, man, I think Dart and Cam Scatterboot is a really good combo for years to come. I think the Eagles. Nick Sirianni is not a good coach. I've said before, he is the 31st best head coach in the football league. I mean that wholeheartedly.
Yep.
He doesn't bring anything to the table for the Eagles. It's a pistol run formation out of the offense in the first play, and then it's a second run again, and then it's a pass from 3rd and 8 and beyond. It's insanely bad how bad this offense is ran when you have such good weapons, and Dallas Goedert's the best option for fantasy.
Yes. And for all you guys saying, oh, Nick Sirianni is not calling plays, he controls the guy who calls plays. You tell him call better plays, you get the hell out of here. And that's not fucking we had a short from our reaction episode on Monday that kind of went around for the first few days. A shit talking Sirianni a little bit. Everybody, it's the heat was there, but now they're 4-2. We're seeing some of the cracks that we saw after their last Super Bowl trip. I don't think it's outrageous. I don't think it's that hot takey, and I don't think it's as crazy as people think. He's not a good coach.
No, he did call plays one time for a little bit, and he sucked at it, and he gave it to Shane Steichen, and Shane Steichen saved it. Then he went back to the well. He got somebody else. He was awful. Panned out with Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore made this offense click. And now he's having one of his buddies run this offense, and it's just not good.
Saquon's not good right now. Saquon.
Yeah. Again, because the offense is getting really predictable. I didn't believe it. My buddy's an Eagles fan. He was just like, it's run, pass. And I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of extreme. I sat there and watched the past 2 Eagles games. It is legitimately run, pass. Even when they were down by two plus scores, it was still a run play at the first. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
It's not good. It's not good for us. It's not good for fantasy. It's not good for Eagles. And the fans, the cracks are forming. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. You got anything else, man?
My take is still hot. I'm telling you, Jalen Hurts is the second best quarterback on that team.
Oh boy, yeah. I've tried prodding and poking, trying to see if I can get that conversation started, and nobody's brave enough to really
I'm brave enough.
it.
I'll go toe to toe with anybody on that one. I bet you Tanner McKee doesn't overthrow that ball to Devonta Smith.
Oh man, Tanner McKee. I'm holding him in Dynasty. I'm waiting for this moment.
I have
need this
bets
magic
with
moment.
friends. I said that Tanner McKee will be a starting NFL quarterback in the next 3 years.
Isn't he old though too? I don't know if he has.
Yes, but it doesn't matter. He's still a good quarterback.
I guess. Well, speaking of good, pretty good at this, folks. We've been crushing it in the last few weeks. I feel like we did pretty good this week. We'll find out on Monday though. Brennen, what else you got for the people?
I got nothing. Bet responsibly. Anger betting doesn't always work. If you lose, don't go and double down.
Says the guy who put the under on Henderson out of spite.
Hold on. To be fair, that's actually a smart bet because when is he if you look at his line, it's not that good. I saw 36. Honestly, I thought he'd be a 28 or something like that. He's not done well.
I don't disagree. I felt the anger. I felt the heat behind it. Folks, thanks for listening. Subscribe, follow us everywhere. Too Much Fantasy Football. Thanks for listening. @TooMuch_Brian for me. @TooMuchBMulk for him. We'll see y'all next time.
Deuces.